Yo guys, more welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. If you would like an introduction and to find out what the Ahn Rho Project is all about, I have some variety of versions for 3 years, all the way up to January 2021. So you can just go to the previous live streams, check that on Twitch, YouTube, and you'll understand how we break it down, what the Ahn Rho Project is about, what we do, from subdomains to analogies to the copyright-free music to the live streaming schedule, about 1 or 2 streams per day, the times, and the photography, and how it's self-therapy and it's also a game of life and a time record. All these different things are covered in previous live streams. All right, so into the content for today. We have roughly about 40 to 50 photographs, the majority of which have to do with cooking, nutrition, breakfast, logistical stuff. And that's going to be the first, I believe, 7 to 8 minutes. Some of that is what you see right here before you, because again, what you see is what you get. Just being real, raw, and honest here. Covering the good, the bad, and the ugly. Trying to resolve my own personal issues and reach the heights and goals set for myself. So you can see here the photographs. There's some stuff here that I'm going to talk about, including a little, in addition to the food that I received from my colleagues yesterday for the 4th day in a row, which is what you see in the title. It does say 4th day of colleague treats, and I'm just kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed with gratitude right now, because it's been the whole week, 5 days in a row, back to back. They've just been constantly showering me with treats and stuff like that. Although it probably wasn't intentional for some of it, but most of it was. And so we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about this morning's breakfast and cooking and groceries, like I said, some photography, and then we also have a little pic at the very bottom, which is Chinese, traditional Chinese. Then we're going to cover very, very briefly just an overview, just show at the last 5 minutes of this stream. We're going to we're going to get up, remove the photographs, we're going to move around as usual, and show some stuff I need to cover on the desk, and some trivial matters, because I am working overtime today, so I gotta get rid of the trivial stuff, and then focus on, I guess, a little bit on the task list on the left hand side, which is what you see. So without further ado, that's sort of like the general overview of what we're going to cover this stream. Let's just dive right into it. So what I'm going to do is, right now, I'm going to remove, if I can, you know what, no, let's cover this first. I'm going to maximize that banana, the banana with the Nature Valley granola bar, sweet and salty. It says peanuts. Okay, so this is something that's from a colleague of mine, again at my workplace, and this is the 4th day in a row she's just given me something, a 3rd day in a row that she's giving me food. And again, like I said, this is ML, the one who keeps constantly teaching me to, learn how to trust your colleagues, to accept aid and help. And so she's, really taking me under her wing like that. We have this granola bar with the banana. And yeah, just taking several snapshots here. I brought my own bananas yesterday, so this is just I ate 2 bananas for dinner at work, and thank you for that. Just expressing gratitude for the day. We also have that Sharpie marker on the top right hand side now, you can see, and this is something that I received also on Tuesday. So again, working on production, assembly, and warehousing, shipping, receiving, all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of cutting, box cutters, utility knives, tape guns, you name it, Sharpie markers. And I've been working for the past 3 years under this. I don't use anything that's not mine, and that's a personal insecurity of mine that I've been trying to overcome. And I don't receive anything from anybody else either. I try not to. In terms of working materials, I say it's only work-related material that I use, and it's not mine. I want to free myself of possessions. There's a lot of obsession with independence that I have, and that's my responsibility and my fault, right? And so she gave me this marker, and for the first time, I actually accepted something that was from a colleague of mine. Said, I think it's about time. And so we have the Sharpie marker. We have some gloves here as well. Again, we work in manufacturing for protective equipment, so there's some gloves here, and that's that. Okay, great. So that's about a little bit more, a few more photographs here. We have this marker once again on the back, and we have the nutritional facts for the granola bar. All right, we can move on now. So we're done with all the photographs having to do with the gift items. These are class 4 items because they're from colleagues and so on and so forth. Now on the bottom frame, and I actually want to keep this here for a second. This one is a little picture, a photo sent to me, from from an ex-colleague of mine way back almost 7 years ago when I used to and that's with help from my guardians, my paternal side. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you for my father at that time for linking me in with somebody, linking me in with a colleague of his, or a friend of his who got me into an auto plant. Now, at that time, that auto plant, I met a colleague who was carpooling with me, and he sent me this because I sent him this year something for Chinese New Year with which was like a maybe 8 minute blurb, a Chinese Cantonese, very traditional conservative sort of philosophy of how to live your life, take care of your family, discipline, responsibility. He really appreciated that, and apparently, I'm assuming this is why he forwarded this back to me. Now, the difficulty is I can't actually read this. I mean, I can read a little bit. Gamga, it's like it's like saying like today's a family. So I can tell that mostly this is something that has to do with traditional Chinese philosophy, but I can't actually read it, unfortunately. I'm not at that level yet, where most of these words I can only recognize like maybe 2 or 3, 4, maybe about 4, that's it. So I'm going to have to translate this eventually, but I will leave this on here because I think it looks amazing, and it fits in with the brand of Ahn Rho very well. The Ahn Rho brand is a lot of red and blue and white. Okay, so I'm going to move that to the bottom, and now we can cover the photographs. So what I'm going to do is, since we're covering photographs, having to do cooking, move that task list. All right, the room's kind of dark now. Let's get started. Okay, so we have these burst snapshots, like I said, the gift items I received from a colleague. Again, just gratitude, thank you. 4th day in a row. She's like an aunt to me in a sense, or you could say even like an older sister. It doesn't really matter. The fact that she's been really trying to get me to work past my independence issues. I keep trying to do everything myself, and it's really weighing down my colleagues. All right, so now we're moving on to cooking now. So today's breakfast was huge, and it's a combination of, like I said, things I received the previous day from my colleagues. So you see that cake there. That's an aerial shot. Here's a close-up angle shot. That cake, mixed chocolate batter cake from YR, another colleague of mine. She takes me under like her son because she has a daughter, but she doesn't have a son. There are Usana supplements. There's the banana that I purchased from T&T supermarket, Chinese supermarket. And then above that also we have on top of the cake is a bag of mini chocolate croissants. So you can see that right here. Again, tons of those Usana supplements right there. These are my own business products. I take them, so obviously, right there. Bio-Omega, Hepa Plus, Pro-Glucamune, so on and so forth, Cell Essentials, all that stuff, vitamins, antioxidants, minerals, everything that's missing in my meal. All right, so this is more onto the food now. So you see the oatmeal that I had there with ground cloves as usual, and I already mentioned this in previous live stream, I'm not going too much into it. It has like ground flax seeds, ground cloves, ground chia seeds, and it has aerial ones on the side. Doesn't matter. I got one that's kind of horizontal, so you can see everything. This is a lot. This is a lot for the morning, huh? Again, because there were groceries I bought something from Chinese New Year's on a sale, reduced price. That's those sesame twists there. You can see the mini chocolate croissant. You can see at the very top, the very, very top, the cake. And on the very bottom right now, you can see, and in the middle, it has a banana. So I took ingredients from the croissant from the top left, and the cake from the very top, and the Glucerna bottle, which is, Glucerna, Ensure, think of meal replacements, on the right-hand side, and the banana in the center. And I combined all 4 of these into the oatmeal that already is a mixture of what you call it, a mixture of ground seeds and nuts and stuff like that. So you can see a better resolution right here. But here's an angled shot, and you can see the oatmeal on the very bottom right now. Not only does it have oatmeal, I put, the croissant, I had to cover this stream on it because there's no way that I would be satisfied not covering what I did for today's breakfast, which was insane, and I hate it. I hate the fact that it takes so much time to go through this, but I love it. I love it. So to look at it from a positive vantage point, yes, in fact, this is a very healthy meal. It's very nutritious, and it shows that yes, I can cook something that's healthy and will get me. So here's a great shot right here. Nice angle. And again, all these things can also be photography, not just diet and nutrition and food and breakfast and meals and getting ready for work and stuff like that, and logistics and pricing, but also, photography and putting it onto platforms and sharing them. So like I said, look at these, really nice. I can touch them up a little bit, make it brighter, put on some more variety in terms of hues, but definitely just brighten up the photograph, and then I can put it onto like all recipes or something like that. So close-up photograph. Again, you can see sprinkled some oatmeal left on top of the chocolate donut. I mean the chocolate croissant, and the banana chunks, and the cake batter, the chocolate cake. Again, just a mixture of class 1 and class 4 items. Class 1 being things I purchased myself, class 4 being things gifts from my colleagues. And so again, aerial shot. Okay, so that's the oatmeal. And now here's after the oatmeal has been cooked up. Oh, this is just a bright shot, nice. So this after it's cooked up, you can see it's kind of bubbly now, right? I microwaved it for about 2.5 minutes. And here's a beforehand comparison. And here's the after comparison, right, from the top. Doesn't look all too appetizing. That's all right. Like I said, it's just good for me, good for my body. That's what's most important, good for your health. Okay, so now here's a shot of the stuff after I've taken the ingredients out. This is what is remaining. I will say that one of the boxes I'm taking to work, that's the sesame twist on the left-hand side. Okay. So how many photographs we have left? I think about maybe 10 more, and then we can move around the room. So we can just see the oatmeal now. Once again, you can see the texture, the very surface. That's angled. This is aerial shot from the top. You can see the banana floating there. That's the yellow part. And here's, again, the final oatmeal close-up. And the final also breakfast close-up. All right. So here's some burst snapshots. So here's the project for today in terms of cooking nutrition for the morning. And I really hope I don't have to do this tomorrow morning. I hope it's going to be much more simple. That way I take much fewer photographs and save much more of my time. This took way too much just for breakfast, and I would say that's a point to improve on. And yeah, and you can see there's a lot of, I guess you could say this Inception theme right here. Take a look. You can see it's like photographs of photographs of photographs. So I'm taking screenshots of a screenshot of a screenshot. And so you can see some of these photographs are overlapping, especially on this one here. Look at that. It's puny right there, right? You can see at the very top, that's like a 4th degree, a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot of a photograph. And, Inception kind of brings you back. A dream within a dream. Okay. So 2 more. And then there's one last photograph that's pretty important. And this one's not really got to do with cooking. So this has to do with health. So the most important thing I can say right now before I go to work. So I have two minutes left in this live stream. So this one, it's a little snapshot of on my laptop screen. I know it's very poor resolution, so bear with me here. But it's just, the whole COVID-19 pandemic, right? So I'm going to work, and starting as of March, we're going to have to, due to government mandate and, just kind of common sense, everyone who goes into the workplace now has to sign in and fill out this kind of screening. And so I have to bring my own pen now. All right, so what I'm going to do, what does that mean? What does that translate to? So I'm going to get up now. I removed the photographs. Let's stand up, and I still like that thing at the very bottom. I'm just going to keep that there at the very bottom. Turn on the lights. All right, so this is region A. And, okay. There we go, region A. So region A is over here, and you can see there's a bit of mix. I have about a minute left to try and cover everything. So task list we're not going to work on, like I said. It seems like we don't have enough time, but I'll showcase on the left-hand panel. Right down here, A7. Most importantly, I want to get to the pen here, because starting next week, I'm going to have to sign in with my own pen, obviously, and fill out the COVID screening. And so, don't share your pens during pandemic. We also have some stuff here that I had to clean up. I had to get out, sorry, I had to take out from the regions like A or B or C, wherever. Because first of all, my security device, I had to patch up the tape again over the selfie cam. I don't like the privacy issue with that. I also cut my own hair again, and I see it's starting to outgrowth in the wrong ways, and clip my nails and shit, which means I need to take out the paper here, and that's just newspaper. So that's over here, B1, A7, whatever. I put them here, I can see it, get ready to use. And tasks I'll have to cover another time, or not at all until like a couple more months down the road. That being said, I gotta go to work overtime today, so take home message, take care of yourself, your health, your finances, make sure you become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual, and hope to see a better version of you as well as myself in the next live stream tomorrow morning. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Ciao.